the Sugar City Morning Show. It gives me great pleasure without no measure to be here with you. My name is Dylan Jones. First and foremost, I'd like to say thank God it is a beautiful day. We're here and we're truly blessed to be here to serve you, the people of our lovely nation. A place, a jewel in nowhere called Belize. Some people say Belize, Belize. We know it's Belize. All right, it's Belize. So once again, um, once again, we want to say welcome. This segment of the Sugar City Morning Show is brought to you by German Vegas and Sons, wholesalers and distributors of La Cocinera healthy cooking oil made from canola. Wonderful. I've talked to some people who using this oil. We're going to have to get some testimonies from some people to show you how wonderful this thing works. My lady said, boy, it good because when I don't fry my chicken, the fat, stays soak up. It just nice, And there are also agents of Alfaro Veladora, the distributors of exclusive distributors in Belize and Central America and the Caribbean. German Vegas and Sons with these lovely veladoras for prayers, for spiritual use, or even for light up in your house if you don't have current. You can light them up. They come in all different sizes and colors. They come in green, red, white, and they have some of the big ones have the prayers to the back. Little prayer that you can say and get your day going. Again, I want to remind you, you can view us on channel 10, 61, and channel 17, 61 and 17. Yeah, that's 17 or 17? All across the country and different cable providers. Log on to us on YouTube at Sugar City Morning Show. Morning, Miss Amalia, all the way in the U.S., always logging on. Our good friend, Miss Myrna Usher in Belize City. And Mr. Madrid in San Pedro, or if you did a Cayo today, morning to you. And follow us on our Facebook page at Sugar City Morning Show at gmail.com. I don't want to go no farther because we need to put God first in our lives. And I want to turn the microphone over to our good friend.
Good morning, Dylan.
Emmanuel.
Good morning. ¿Cómo estás?
Aquí bien, amigo. Todo suave. Tú nervioso, yo calmado.
No, nervioso no.
Oh, boy, qué bueno, pues.
Enteramente. No, ya sabes de que hay días que estamos bastante bien. Hay días que estamos bien.
Semi-preparado.
Estamos bien. Hay días que tenemos un dolorcito aquí, un dolorcito allá pero al final del día le damos gracias a Dios por la vida, por la buena salud y por las fuerzas. Así que tomo tiempo aparte para decir, Padre, gracias. Gracias por la salud que nos das. Gracias por las fuerzas. Gracias por la vida en sí. Gracias, Padre, por todo. Por todas tus bendiciones, Padre. Hoy quiero pedir que nos concedas serenidad para aceptar las cosas que no podemos cambiar. Te pido, Padre, valor para cambiar las cosas que sí puedo cambiar y sabiduría también para reconocer la diferencia. Gracias, Padre, por todo. Te alabamos, te bendecimos. Amén.
Amen to that, Emmanuel. The weather report, we woke up this morning to beautiful weather again in Orange Walk. It's rather cool. Temperatures is cool, but no other to give you the weather report better in details than Emmanuel Martinez. And before we go, I want to remind you that it's brought to you through the kind courtesy of German Vegas and Sons, Albion's Bus Line, the Youth Connection Band, and also to Hungry Man Barbecue. Hungry Man informs all that he will now be in front of Belize BSI, that's football field. Every time now you can check him out there. Cool and the spacious area. And also brought to you by Vegas Imports and Channel 10. Now here's a weather report by Mr. Emmanuel Martinez.
Good morning, Belize. Good morning, Orange Rock. It's always a pleasure to be here with you. ante todo, quiero dar las gracias por la sintonía que nos dan. I want to thank you for that, um, for the pleasure of being in our company. Thank you very, very much. You know, it's like I said this morning, we are grateful. We are very grateful, and at this moment, we are grateful that you have decided to tune us this morning. This is the general weather forecast for today, Wednesday. As a matter of fact, I have the report here for Tuesday, June 30th. I would imagine that that is a mistake on behalf of of the um, the Weather Bureau. So I'm just going to, hoping that it is a mistake, I'm going to say at 6 o'clock this morning there was mainly fair weather expected for the next 24 hours, then an increase in moisture starting tomorrow night. The 24-hour forecast, partly cloudy tonight and mostly sunny tomorrow. Our thunderstorms will be isolated. Winds blowing from the east 12 to 25 knots with occasional higher gusts. The sea state rough. There is a small craft caution in effect as I speak. The outlook is cloudy with a few showers and thunderstorms mostly along the coast and in the south. Wednesday night, then some showers and a few thunderstorms over most areas during Thursday. Let's talk about the temperatures. The highs along the coast, 87 degrees, inland 93 degrees, up in the hills, 81 degrees. Lows. There's along the coast, 80 degrees, inland 75 degrees, and up in the hills, 70 degrees. The tides. There's a high tide at 9:46 tonight. There's another high at 9:01. There's a low at 2:36 a.m. this morning. Tomorrow. And there is another low at 4:11. The sun rises at 5:22 and the sun sets at 6:31. The moon rises at 6:15 this afternoon and the moon sets at 4:55 tomorrow. We want to give thanks to Forecaster Gentle for that information. Esencialmente, como les repetí, el Weather Bureau de Belice no tiene actualizado, o si es que lo tiene actualizado, pues hizo un error en la fecha. Todavía lo tienen puesto para el 30 de junio. En realidad, hoy ya es el 1 de julio. Ojalá y la información que le esté presentando sea para el día de hoy. Pero les estoy leyendo exactamente lo que se me ha presentado a mí. A las 6 de la mañana esencialmente estamos experimentando buen tiempo. Se espera que durante las próximas 24 horas tengamos un incremento tantito en humedad, es más la posibilidad de algún chubasco u otro. Para las siguientes 24 horas los cielos van a estar parcialmente nublados, pero va a estar esencialmente bastante soleado hoy y mañana, con la posibilidad de algún chubasco u otro aislado esencialmente. Los vientos volando del este de 15 a 25 nudos, con la posibilidad de ráfagas aún más fuertes. El estado del mar siempre sigue bastante agitado y sigue una nota de cautela para aquellas pequeñas embarcaciones. Se espera de que para los siguientes días continuemos con el buen tiempo, pero la posibilidad de algún chubasco o de alguna tormenta, pero esencialmente en la costa y en el sur, y la posibilidad de tormentas mañana por la gran mayoría del país. Mañana sí entonces empieza a cambiar las cosas. Las temperaturas por la costa, las altas 87, por el interior 93, las colinas 81 grados, las bajas por la costa 80 grados, en el interior 75, las colinas 70, las mareas, una alta a las 9:46 por la noche, otra a las 9:01 mañana, una baja a las 2:36 por la mañana, otra a las 4:11. El sol sale mañana a las 5:22, se pone hoy a las 6:31. Igualmente la luna La luna sale a las 6:15 y se pone a las 4:55 de la mañana. Eso es un reporte presentado por Forecaster Gentle para esta mañana.
I want to thank you for that wonderful weather report, Emmanuel. I brought you to the kind courtesy of German Vegas and Sons, wholesalers and distributors of La Costeña products, Jumex Juice, Alfaro Veladoras, and also canola cooking oil, and Sarita shortening. Emmanuel, we have a little, excuse me, a little 2 minutes before the break, but disturbingly, I want to ask the people out there to protect the children some more. I'm reading on the internet about a young girl that was stopped by a man dressed as a police officer.
Where did this happen?
In Lancaster, California.
Okay. I thought it was here in Belize.
Said that they was charging her for jaywalking, and took the little girl to an abandoned school area, classroom, tied her up, and sexually abused her, assaulted her, he said, no?
Mm-hmm.
She managed to escape, ran to a nearby church for help. The man tried to get away, but the car got stuck in the desert sand. They caught him, but the sad part is that he has HIV. But apparently he never.
That puts an interesting twist to the story,
right.
A damning twist to the story, really, because the person has knowingly had
Inflicted.
intercourse
Well,
with that person.
well,
Then
let me-
obviously
let me-
the person has become infected.
Let me say that he didn't say that he had intercourse with her, but he sexually assaulted her by inserting objects into her. That's what he said.
Also, not necessarily having
Right,
sexual
right,
intercourse.
But when the police caught him, he wanted to spit on the police, so they strap him down to like a stretcher and cover his head, and he was charged. So, but people are outraged, and people are calling back for the death penalty in the U.S. and all of that, but hit far from home. He says Patrick Jones used a man in police custody accused of having sex with his 13-year-old stepson. In the Silcras village of Stan Creek district, the boy in the company of his mother reported to police that during the visit, the 24-year-old man raped the boy,
Shame.
13-year-old.
Shame. It's his stepson?
Yeah, but I could possess a man for one have sex in a Lee boy, and all of this thing.
And even worse, his stepson.
All of this thing lead to sick people were sick, and that's why they have the biggest fight to this gay rights thing in Belize, because you respect people for where they want to be and who they want to be, but to say that it is illegal to do that, not correct, right? But we have to protect the children. Let's protect our children. We can't chance the Lee boy and the legal and like that. Correct? He wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He wrong. When want to do that, just get a free pass to hell. Okay, rough, 16 minutes after 7 o'clock, we take a commercial break. We have Wednesday. We'll be joined by Mr. Aragon, no?
Yes, he's already here in the studio. Actually, I can see him.
You go see him away there?
Yes.
You go see good. Let's take that break.
We're looking at a mean electricity rate of 35 cents for the period from July 1st, 2015 to June 30th, 2016. This represents a 15.24% decrease in the mean electricity rates.
Have rates ever been this low?
I recall back in the early 80s, electricity was about 41, 43 cents in that range. But this is the first time that, yes, rates will have dipped this low officially.
They say winning isn't everything. Isn't everything. Isn't everything. They say big man can't jump. Big man can't jump. Big man can't jump. They say there's not a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But let me tell you something. Winning is the way. Winning can change your life. Winning makes all the difference. But you gotta play the game to win the game. To win the game. The Make Rich Lotto Game. Buy your tickets today. Your tickets today.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Get serious. Get bopped.
Over and over again. This one you really not too bright. You, they talk about rates? Make we talk about value. Only Digicel prepaid calls go to 25 cents per minute after the first 10 minutes of calls every day. You Smart Alex over there do that? Or do you charge customers one rate all day? I'll wait for your answer. Only Digicel allows customers to make unlimited calls and texts all night long with the new night shift for only $2.49. You Smart Alex over there do that? I will wait for no answer. Not even ask me for recover plan. That's a weird at 9 cents a minute. Plus free weekend. Plus one free calling circle. You Smart Alex give any options for free weekends? I'll wait for an answer.
Get more, do more, love more, live more. With Digicel.
Wow, Junior, now nearly time for go buy me number. How we go to shop to buy me number, man? Boy, Junior, I'm the guy, you know. How we go buy me number? Boy, Junior, you see that nearly time? How we go to the store go buy me number? Junior.
You want me to go buy number for you again? Why you not play this new Make Me Rich game? If you play using text messages for your phone, you don't have to leave the house. Plus, you have the chance to win up to $500,000.
$500,000?
Yes, come back and show you.
It's so easy. But why you never tell me about this long time?
I'm gonna try.
Junior. Oh, sit down. Make me rich show the command. I don't tell me numbers, boy. Boy. Come on.
This is the game show. Make me rich, make me rich, make me rich. Buster. They see you and know you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things never run you. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Buster.
Miss, you could please help me?
Sure, how can I help?
We want the big plan, and I want it on my phone, and I want a lot of text, and I need to talk to my girls there, so I need a lot of minutes.
I just need her for left me alone, so please help, please.
Okay, I know just what you need. With our new combo plan for only $189, you get 1,200 minutes, 1,200 texts, 7 gigabytes of free 4G data, 500 bonus minutes, and free weekends. And you get to share it with 5 numbers. So you have space for one more.
My.
With Digitel's new combo plans, you can now have it all. More talk, more text, more data, less money. Come into the office. It's easier than you think. So go postpaid.
Get more, do more, love more, live more. With Digicel.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. You know, Emmanuel, yesterday I was at home, took a early evening off, and it is sad when I flipped through the channel and I saw, maybe for one of the first time, I sit down and watch a nice part of the what they call the Morning Whip show on Positive Vibes TV, you know?
You got time?
Well, yeah, that's what I said afterwards. But then I was glad that I sat down and watched it because Francis was on there. And it's sad to know that the PUP whip, it's sad to know that when they come on the news, they play this in between person on situations.
What you mean in between?
Like they're so neutral about situations, and especially with this how the village is Santa Cruz scenario when they tie up the black man.
What are you trying to tell me? That
I am telling you that
it's on a different level on their
when
TV
they
station.
by TV station it talk different, you know, lot of BS, you know. But I sat down and I watched it for a while, long enough to realize that on there he was trying to they're trying to gain political mileage on it now.
So he was politicizing the issues.
He even went as far as saying that, well, we know Miles, we know Miles. Miles is one of them, one of the UDPs there, yeah, you know, and he has links with the UDPs, and you know, and even trying to make it sound like, oh, the sin when they do with the Myers, they knock down the door, handcuff them, do something like the so Francis. And the hours when they got off, you know, I mean, the whole thing, he gave the whole story over and make it sound like it is so sad what they're doing to these poor Mayan people. You know? I just believe that they're trying to gain political mileage on it. What he never said, like you see on Facebook when Will Mejia and the next one he try video the people there and look here. You know, if you take off your camera.
Oh, actually, I saw that thing. It says, give me that. Was it because he was accosted, really?
Yeah.
Right?
And Johnny, the one that easy. Remember Johnny saying in the interview that the crowd will? And he had.
No, actually, Mr. Barrow said that.
Well, Johnny said it in an
really?
interview, yeah, that when he got there and, you know, he saw Will and the crowd Will and he had to tell him, like, oh no, ease up, man, ease up. But you see, Will Mejia no man can big issue out of this. But I think
Is it convenient?
For him, because, you know, they're anti-government. Everything where
so conveniently shut up his mouth.
Shut up his mouth, yes. You know, maybe they may lash on one of my sheet cross the back him and say something. But you see clearly how why, you know what's sad? It's sad to see that the two hosts them Positive Vibe. The two black man. You know? But one of them can't see, so you're not expecting him to say
Why
much.
you mean he can't see?
Because he's blind.
Oh, okay.
Right? You're sad because they figure the man at UDP. So they are ready to make them beat the man or tie up the man. Why and then Berlin are two black men, you expect that they wanna say, I stand in solidarity that you not tie up black people like that. No.
You don't tie up anybody, that's our point. You don't tie up anybody, not only a black man.
Then he say, Yeah, chance the people, and yeah, man, the man never listened to the warning. Boy, he rough. When I watched that yesterday,
Did you see
my heart
Dylan-
dropped for
Dylan, I'm
one
gonna ask you a
kind.
question. Did you see a stark difference between the interview that you heard yesterday and the interview that John Briceño gave?
Big difference.
Okay.
Big difference. I think aside from condemning them and saying that they're thief, Johnny, this is about the second best thing where you say in your whole career. Big difference, Emmanuel. I tell you, Francis take the whole thing and just make it sound like the Barrow administration caused all of this and that and that. You know, I don't know word for word when he say because then I want to sound like he. And that dangerous. That could
Have
be
you
dangerous.
seen? Did you see the kind of face that Jules puts up? Have you seen the kind of face that Francis Fonseca puts up whenever he's on camera? Did you realize that when he was being interviewed in the parking lot, you know, he wasn't watching
He
the
never watched the
camera?
camera. He never.
He was like just
Emmanuel, he
he's
never
ranting
watched.
and raving, and he's not watching you.
You know when you
You
say
know,
that-
it's not like when the PM looks up and looks you
Whenever-
up that big eye and he says, "But I'm telling you, to," you know. All
Whenever-
Francis in the graph and the graph and the graph.
Whenever
and he's
you
not
say
even
that,
watching.
whenever you say that, make I remember the other day somebody posted that on Facebook.
Really?
And they say, watch Francis when he talk to the media. He never watch the camera. He never look when all this guy head down. He talk.
Watching someplace else.
Watch
and,
somewhere else,
like it's as if
Or
you
he
know,
watch
and-
expensive shoes.
No, I think
$1,000 US
I think
shoes.
that it reveals something about him that
Not sincere.
he's not sincere. Thank you
Not
very
sincere.
much. He's not being
Not
sincere.
sincere.
You know, little telltale signs of body language tells us a lot. And if for those people who know what I'm talking about, they will agree with me. They will agree with me when
what
when
you
I
think-
tell you this, that you watch it. He doesn't watch straight into the camera. Is the man?
What do you think may happen?
¿Qué pasó ahí?
You see how Johnny passed, eh? What do you think if the UDP minister passed? What do you think the man say? Why, man, be a whole different story.
Obviously, yes. He
But-
would have
but-
been. But Dios hace las cosas como él quiere.
Johnny say,
At the end of the day, John passed, and
Johnny wife cry.
he was privy
He
to,
ain't wife.
to
He ain't wife.
that incident.
Family,
he
wife.
was, you know, él estaba ahí, él lo
Wife
vio.
cry, wife cry.
Right.
Wife say, you make a member the movie 12 years of
So
slavery.
now we have the story from
When they
Francis
tie up the
Fonseca
black
trying
man
to
from one camp to the
politicize
next.
the whole thing and saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, it is the UDP."
And look here.
Why name, you know?
Francis sick.
Francis
Francis sick. I think he's sick physically but mentally. So he's double sick. You know? He's sick. You know, 2 gone already, you know. And my next one going. Because of his sick ways. He's sick, Emmanuel. I mean, really and truly, yeah, I say you're not to tie up the black man like that. But the truth, like Emmanuel
I
said,
correct
you're
you.
not to
It's
tie
not
up.
only the black man that you're
Nobody.
not supposed to tie. You're not supposed to tie nobody.
Wait,
That's my point.
Wait, what the man said yesterday to man. The man, I just remember now. He said that Dean Barrow don't know what they go on in the village.
Oh.
Yeah, because Dean Barrow no gone there.
Mm.
Dean Barrow no travel. He said he travel.
Francis.
Yeah, he said he went to the village at least 3-4 times.
Mhm.
He know the people in. He know how the people in behave. He know the culture. He said Dean Barrow don't do that. He said Dean Barrow have a bunch of simple people like Juliet Timbrell, and then when they follow up and Belize to Belmopan, they advise him. That's the way he said. He said, and he has been to that village before, some of them villages there, where he have seen the Mayas tie up their own people. Because that's the way. That's how he say. And in other words, they get a try say, nothing wrong with what they do. Your blood is simple, Francis. No make a cuss bad word on this TV show. Because you make a do the wrong thing on this.
You see, this only brings back the main core issue that we were discussing yesterday in the last part of our show yesterday.
Somebody said Francis now a piler. I don't want to say the rest.
You know, and this brings back the core issue that we're talking about. The Mayans have their traditional way and their cultural way of
But
doing
it's
things,
not-
and it is in, and they
It
claim
does
that they
not exceed the constitution, I believe, the laws of the land.
yes,
Direct.
and it's cultural and traditional way of doing things. And at the end of the day, the prime minister is questioning, well, who gave you those rights? Remember, at the end of the day, there is a judicial system.
Righteous,
There
right.
is a judicial system.
Very important to know.
So at the end of the day, there has to be some sort of meeting
Understanding.
ground. There has to be some sort of understanding at the end of the day, because you can't have your court systems, there,
A state within a
position,
state.
and then at the same time you're having the alcalde system
We
saying,
won't law.
we're not going to the court of Puerto Gorda. We are equipped here.
We are-
But their alcalde system, is it recognized by the judicial
So,
system?
so then when I say we want
know.
judge, prosecute, judge, and execute one time.
Exactly. That's there's a word for that. It's I think it's called summary conviction and whatever it is that they do.
No correct.
Summary
no correct.
judgment or something like that.
So
but
the man-
the point here means that it's immediate, right there and then. You don't have to go to no court. The man. But that's the way that they have been doing it. Maybe there's a amount of maybe I'm missing
us-
something, but maybe there's some sort of respect that there is due to them in that way. Maybe they claim that living that way has made them live a peaceful life.
Yeah, but
hello, now we have a different situation. Now we have a situation with a man walking into the village, and a man who
Allegedly saying they don't like a
alleged
guy
they don't
black.
like him because he's black, and he
Bush, the Bush.
says, and then I think when they interviewed one of the gentlemen from the Mayan leaders, he said, but we have to conserve our traditions, our cultures. In reference to the question, they says, will you permit a black man to
Live in the
with?
village.
We have to. So in other words, tacit and very subtle way of saying, tell you what, we would prefer our girls to marry
our boys,
and our boys to marry our girls.
And the boys they like them bush girl. We got lobster tail, and the girls they like the bush boy them, But they can't stop that, Emmanuel. I tell you, Francis said he's seen a type of people before. You know what the media out there, the news, because we are not news, Emmanuel, right? We
I
are
know.
not news, but the media. I don't want to ask Francis the question. Had you been the prime minister and this happened under your watch, what would you have done? You don't think that's the question if I ask her? Huh?
Well,
what would you have done? How would you have handled the situation, Mr. Prime Minister Francis Fonseca, if you were the prime minister? How would you have handled the situation?
You can you expect anything? Obviously,
Well, I want to answer.
Francis would
I want him to
would
say
have
about-
conda his way out of that.
Well, make it
question.
conda way out.
Would have conned his way out of that
Make it
question.
conda way out.
I can't begin to answer for that. But at the same day, I would anticipate that he would have given you what I call the very politically correct answer. But I think that it's wrong as a matter of in the interest of the Belizean people that we continue politicizing this kind of situation.
Yeah, because
politics. I sing my song, you sing your song. At the end of the
Everybody
day,
sing their song.
we all sing our song. But
But
there are certain core issues,
draw the line.
where you need to draw the line.
And I think
Period.
it's
That's
wrong
what I
that
believe.
I think it's wrong that the PUP they try capitalize on this. And you know what is so funny because Ajamatura and a liar, right? So you don't hear COLA, you don't hear the BNTU, you don't hear the NTUCB.
Well, this only begins to show that these people have political connections, and they have been there. I'm sorry, Dylan, but there have been some people who have managed to place themselves at the helm of these corporations and these organizations, and they stick there and they make it seem as if it's the voice of all the organization, whilst at the end of the day it is only their political connection.
But that I say my point is that none of them come out and make one statement to condemn this action. They not condone it, but they say silent mean consent, no?
That's what they say.
They not condemn it, and this to tell you that they're all one-sided, and then they want to go around the country to try to have people to listen to them and garner that respect as the voice of reasonings, the voice of the majority, as Fonseca described them to be distinguished speakers. You know, a pile of puppy show. Go on if you talk about and not talk about. You understand me? It wrong for tie up anybody, and it wrong for tie up a black man. But it wrong for tie up anybody. And you just sit down there, and because Aji the liar, and Aji in cahoots with Uno, nobody wants to say nothing. Everybody afraid for Aji Matura. But they're ready for collect. Aji they collect, you know. Aji not do that pro bono. You think she can catch a bus or plane from what she did to PG for free? That life not free. If they collect, if I'm a liar, if they work, if you know they collect, well, kudos to her. But everybody just keep quiet over the situation because the Prime Minister say that it wrong what they do. And the Prime Minister said he hope the relevant authorities would look into this. Lord, they forget that they tie up the black man. They remember what the Prime Minister said. And because Dean Barrow said that, they gonna shake down the people in 4 in the morning. They gonna be gone 10. No, you know where the PUP and where they wanted to talk more. Make the police send one email to them and say, please get ready 8 o'clock. We can arrest all of you. Get ready, put on your shoes, drink tea, brush on the teeth, come on here, look on the best because we can arrest all of you. That's what they want to do for them people, yeah. It don't work, so.
I agree with you. I agree with you in the sense that well, at the end of the day, you know, these things these things just happen that way. At the end of the day, the Prime Minister said, and I think even the officer in charge of the Toledo formation said very clearly, we know the customs and traditions of these people. We know that they're farmers. We know that they get up very, very early, some of them from 4 o'clock. So I am not telling you that if they used excessive force, that it was justified. I'm not telling you. But I don't know if they use excessive force.
But the news...
I don't know. But the point is that I'm trying
know.
to make is very simple. That if you know that certain people are up and out of their home, they have their own methodology. They have their own ways at the end of the day. Personally, if there was excessive force, I condemn it. Personally, I condemn it. I don't think that there was any necessity. But if there was, at the end of the day, we gather from the very officer in charge. From
why they Ghana
that
pre-dawn operation?
No excessive force because nobody was complaining
right,
that they were hurt, that they were injured, that they were in pain. I say this because that was a topic of contention in some of the newscasts over the past days, that ¿por qué hicieron tanto esto? Que ¿por qué los arrebataron? Que ¿por qué los empujaron como cochinos? No porque, you know, ¿por qué los levantaron tan temprano? I'm just telling you that before the situation to yesterday's
But check this out. They tie up a black man, right? They want to beat up Wilma here, fake camera. You see it on Facebook, it all over Facebook. Johnny said, and what you want the police to go do? Unprepared? The police just did their job. It's a matter of, like what you say, operation. They listen to this text here. Somebody sent me a nice text. It said, the man have their own little laws, but they cannot exceed the law of the land. The Prime Minister is the leader of this country, and he is answered to the Governor General. They need to respect the law of the land. In simple like we just explained, the Prime Minister say you can't be above the law of the land. Man in the London say Fonseca is not sick, he is sickening. Alright. We say Delon, a drowning man grabs on to straws. That is Francis Fonseca. They're crumbling, my brother. They're crumbling. and before we go to a break, I want to tell you that the PUP strategy now is not campaigning. You know what a new tragedy?
Parking lot conference meetings.
The PUP has taken on a new toll. They are no longer campaigning, they are complaining.
Okay.
And they complain. That's what they do. Complain.
We need a break.
All right?
Yes.
All right. So we will take a break, and when we come back, we will be joined by Elodio Aragon Jr. It's 7:43. Let's go to that break. Don't touch that remote.
Play the new Make Me Rich lottery game, where prepaid users have a chance to win up to $500,000. To get rich, text your numbers to 7424. Choose 5 balls, 4 cool balls between 1 to 40, and 1 hot ball between 1 to 10. Or simply text QP for a quick pick, and 5 numbers will be chosen at random. $3.50 will be automatically deducted from your phone's primary balance, and the digital receipt will be texted back to you. You win $1 phone credit with any matching cool ball, $5 phone credit with any 2 matching cool balls, $50 phone credit with any 3 matching cool balls, match all 4 and win $5,000 cash. Get all 4 cool balls and the hot ball, and you'll win $500,000. Make Me Rich will text you back to let you know what you won. So tune in 8 p.m. on Mondays and Thursdays to the Make Me Rich game show and get rich.
Make me rich, make me rich, make me rich. This is the game show. Make me rich, make me rich, make me.
The transformation continues as the government of Belize is now embarking on a massive rollout of Petro-Caribe funds to rural communities countrywide. Contracts have been signed for works to commence in several villages in the coming weeks, and that is just the beginning.
Petro-Caribe is coming to Trial Farm and Ladyville and San Narciso and Bella Vista and Socots and Independence and Esperanza and Bullet Tree and Carmelita, and it will not stop until every village constituency in the entire country would have received its fair share of Petro-Caribe.
Transforming lives, transforming beliefs, a government for all.
Morning, I hope you could help me.
Morning, sure thing. What can I do for you?
I'm a very busy man and always on the go. But lately, I don't have time for the word about bonus to expire, whip off it, top up, and anything there. But I hear about some combo plans that you don't have. How they really compare to double triple?
Well, let me tell you this. Combo plan prices beat anything out there. We could give you double triple every day and still it wouldn't come close.
Even better than double triple?
Yes. With our new combo plan for only $139, you get 800 minutes, 800 texts, 5 gig free 4G data, 400 bonus minutes, and free weekends. Yup. The 800 minutes alone are worth more than that. So basically, you get the text, the 4G data, the bonus minutes, and weekends absolutely free.
Sign me up before you change your mind.
With Digitel's new combo plans, it's easier than you think to go postpaid.
Get more, do more, love more, live more. With Digicel.
You know your baby is happy when wearing Bebin Pampers. Bebin Pampers in all sizes. Bebin Pampers make your baby happy. Available at German Vega and Sons.
Hey!
Who? Me?
Yeah, why aren't you talking and texting all night long? You know it's here to stay, right?
Yes.
Talk all night long with the new cheaper night shift. This is not a 1 month thing. It's something that's gonna be around for a long, long time. Now, for just $249 per night, you can talk and text to any Digicel or BTL number from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. Just dial star 638 to activate. You told us you wanted to stay up talking and texting for cheap, and we listened. So we've cut the price in half. Instead of paying $5.63 per night, you now only pay $2.49. Call and text anybody you want all night long. Get more, do more, love more, live more with Digicel.
I'm Luke Smith, 35 years old, been 16 years in my wheelchair.
I'm David Wade, I'm 42 years old, working at Sister Construction.
My name is Tracy Elizabeth Grant.
Michael Bradley, 18 years old, I'm a mechanic.
Delphina Terry, I'm 54 years old.
Well, I hire for do at least security job, check the stuff then that comes out and goes in, you know.
Basically, I used to like catch and kill, sell drugs here and there, you know, but since this is happening, well, I built my own house after this already. Got my own house.
I used to sell fish. My life used to do a lot of hustling. Through the project, I work with the same gang youths on the streets, and I get little contracts and jobs so that they can come up and do something instead of just wasting their minds.
My stepfather that died, he was the one balancing things, right? Since I got it, look like everything is going good. Yeah, I will pay house rent and bills and things, so it's a live for me. It's me and my mom.
I don't have to day every day begging for a quarter so I could buy myself a pack bread. I got a job now, I could buy what I want. And
I feel good. For example, I was working on the Chetomal Bridge doing a bit of welding. I could say one day I could carry my grandkids and my kids there and tell them that I did something for Belize.
When I got my kids, I can me build this bridge.
I'm glad that my work involved in it, and I'll be a part of it too.
My name is Delphina Terry.
My name is Luke Smith.
Tracy Grant.
Michael Bradley.
My name is David Wade.
And my life has been transformed.
And my life has been transformed.
Life is hard, but not hard enough that you can do something for yourself, you know?
Emmanuel Martinez here with us. Try me, sir. Try for me. Yeah, well, I'm going to say Aragon. Good morning, Aragon.
Yeah, good morning, Dylan.
Before we
morning,
move
Mr.
on,
Aragon.
before
Viewers,
we move on, to the viewers, I want to say morning to our good friend Miguel Angel Madrid. The man says, morning, Dylan, Emmanuel. I'm back in San Ignacio after 5 to 6 weeks.
He was in San Pedro, no? Or
He disappear. He said, I notice more paved streets. When I get a chance, I will send some pictures for you guys. We appreciate that very much, my friend. As Petro Caribbean roll.
Yes. I'm glad for that information from Mr. Madrid because he's one of the more avid watchers and listeners to the show and participants in the show. Actually, he was always messaging and sending us pictures of the day and so forth, which is good. I mean, it's a commendable way that people participate. They show their support in different manners, you know, and we like that. So, gracias por eso. Welcome back to San Ignacio. And you made a comment that he has been seeing more paved streets.
Right.
Good Lord, qué envidia me da escuchar cuando estos lugares están viendo el progreso, when they are seeing more paved streets within their towns and cities. And here in Orange Walk, we do not have that luxury.
Well, I tell you, Emmanuel, that I heard, I don't see, that they may have paved some streets, but indirectly.
You mean streets, Dylan, or is it sections of streets as they normally do?
Well, two things. They paved sections of street and some streets like front their cronies, their house. So strong supporters, then you get the street. But the way how you do it are going to still back way.
Yeah.
Then they put the tar by hand with the pan, and they have the loader they come back with the gravel and the workers and they shovel it, and that are not the right. That are just waste of money, time, and energy. And the saddest part are the money where they waste.
Why do you think they're doing it that way? Is it because they want to save on money?
Me don't know why. Because they
Or is
know.
it because that's what they have and they want to do with whatever resources they have?
Can we say
because
that?
At the end of the day, dinero, and I always stick to it, please just bear with me a minute. If they think, if they would have wanted to come up, muster up a large amount of money and say, necesito $200,000 para pavimentar 4, 5 calles, 10 calles, lo que sea, como sea. All I'm telling you is that out of the millions of dollars, in excess of $3 million, almost $4 million that they receive in revenues, okay? And with their high amount of the money that is spent on a salary, which is in excess of 50%, man, reduce your salaries, bring it down to a way where it fits exactly what you need. I mean, you still get the production. You save only $100,000 this year, only $100,000 the next year, and next, or 6-month period, whatever. Bam, you have your $200,000. But no, the town council is seen to be losing focus because all they do is whenever they have money, more people up there. I think shortly we have about 100 people at the town council.
We don't reach it.
And then at the end of the day, you see the salaries bill go up. Last year up to the ending of, this year up to the ending of March, it was above 1.75 million. 1,750,000. And over the past 3-4 years, it has gone up drastically. Like every year, 10-15%, 10-15%. All I'm saying is that money that they have been spending extra, I understand that the traffic management, consumes a lot more. But I believe that with a little bit of planning, with a bit of financial savvy, with a good governance, you can manage those things. That's all I'm saying.
That's what you believe. I believe that they need to show business intentionally. Because if you cover Benjamin something and you give in a report that you spend so much for PF Street, but it wasn't done the right way because you never hire the correct people to do the job. You use the same street cleaners, the same personnel from out of the yard for do this, correct. You understand? How you could just come up on the street, we have a lot of hole, sweep it with a broom, then pass tar over it and fill it up with gravel. They do nothing. Some of the street is so bad in Orange Rock that it requires ripping it up. Rip it up, fill it back.
I think the villages are looking far better than the town right now.
They ain't going to because I make you feel bad. When I feel bad, that are not if not maybe. What's Child Farm? Child Farm got streets better than Orange Rock.
Right.
San Victor got streets better than Orange Rock.
Some of the villages, they get paved and all right now.
Man, look here, you feel like a joke, Emmanuel? So here where they going. The way how the man fix the street now, waste of time, money, but we all know why, because later on when they tell you we spend $15 to fix the street, $150,000 for that street, and in reality all they costing a 3 barrel of tar, and maybe, we could check it out, a 3 barrel of tar, 3 drum of tar, and maybe 1 loader, 2 loaders of gravel. Because that's it. Reality, they don't pay no engineer a consultation fee or for their skills that is same. Well, since you hear Mendelston Street pavement for pave street, what kind of qualification they got for know that the street won't last so long? You see Progress Street? Progress Street mess up again and they just did last year. The one behind me and more, they don't pave it about 5 times. So, the waste of time. Yesterday they paved George Street where we did on the radio station. They started the pave about 4 yards. Yesterday they got back and they paved another 5 yards and they stopped. And you check out when they reach in front of the studio, Then hole is so big that the place needs to rip up, boss.
Yeah, I really we have some terrible roads, I could tell you, in the east. I mean, when you drive wrong, I mean, there are some terrible roads out there right now.
Yeah.
In terms of and those are the responsibilities for this town council. You know, they're not responsibility for central government. Those are responsibilities for the Orange Walk Town Council, and they need to repair those streets.
And what you have, and it makes it especially difficult or poignant in your case because, you know, you as a standard bearer for the United Democratic Party would has an interest in repairing as a standard bearer and hopefully the future representative of Orange Walk East for the villages. But then at the end of the day, when it comes to the municipal streets, you know, this is the job of the town council.
That's right.
This
The
is
job
the
of the
job of the
village.
town council. That is not government, you know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you would have to make some sort of special plea or whatever. But then again, it's not for you to do that. It is for the town council. But they
town
have
council-
openly declared, we don't want no barrow, we don't want no Petrocari, we don't want no this. So
They
I
have
guess
to
that we
fix
have
it,
to
man.
suffer
They,
the
you know,
consequences of that.
the reality drops with the town council. No two ways about it. So they can't find no excuse and say, well, government have to come in and do this and that. They are the ones who were elected to run this town. They are the ones who have been elected to fix those streets. So they
like
can't
you
come
know
with
money.
excuses, exactly, right? And when you talk about having you have one high amount of money of their budget going towards emoluments, which is salaries.
And
I
ever
mean,
increasing
And
amount.
why is that? You have to ask yourself, why is that the case? The case is there because they put all their people out there. And we could sit down here, let's name right off the bat the people who are there,
Thank
who
you,
are
you
not
got my point
there
exactly.
to contribute to the meaningful development of this town in terms of moving the town board on this town forward. It's about there for them to please certain people and certain families, certain cronies, etc. So, I mean, all of these things you have to watch. You talk about doing roads, you have to do the roads proper in a town. In a town, we don't ask for no white mall again. Those days where you ask white mall in a town are finished, man. We have to begin to look at where we're getting exactly paved roads, right? Or cement roads. Those are the things we look for in a town. In the villages are different.
Because
You
we
know.
deserve it. We deserve it.
In the villages,
This
of
day and
course,
age, man.
a good white mile road will suffice because, I mean, a village, they're within the village, of course, and even in the village nowadays, people they say, well, we want to step up. We want to step up with the tar at least. So there's a lot of things, and I do think that in no way the town board could shy itself from saying, you know what, well, I can't fix this road. They can't fix road, but they still take equipment from the town
To
and
try
send
it.
outside, you know.
Thank you. It's a very good
So you
observation.
look at all these things and then you wonder, because I drive in the east a lot, and I'll tell you a lot of the roads out there need some repairs. Some of them need repairs, like you said. You have Liberty Avenue and other areas around there where need some work, and they need to do it because that is their responsibility. Central government is doing a splendid job in terms of their responsibility. Then it manages country well. They are governing it well. Financially, we are doing well. Petrocarib is rolling and doing what it should do. I mean, for the government. So central government is doing its fair share in education, in infrastructure, you name it. But the town council in Orange Walk has to do its share. And they can't come and tell the Belizean public or the Orange Walk can just say, well, you know what, I can't fix the street. That's not my responsibility. That is your responsibility. You are the ones who were elected to office for that, so you have to do it. You know, and definitely I think what we have to do is begin to highlight some of these streets and bring it to their attention because maybe they don't move wrong the tongue, so they don't know where they happen. So maybe we have to show them exactly some of these roads that needs to be fixed, you know. And I'll tell you, well, at least in Orange Walk East right now, I mean, we finished up with Carmelita, and all those roads looks well. I was there just yesterday, you know, because somebody called me and said, Mr. Aragon, when the heavy rains may come, I had one that, wow. Right in front of my house, we had one little piece where me get soft, right? I went and checked it. It's already hard, you know, because the sun come out and thing. But it is an area that we need for kind of fix and leave it. But for the amount of roads we did in Carmelita, and I could tell you all that, and they really stood up very good to the heavy rains that came down last week. I will tell you, you know, we are pleased, and I know the villagers are pleased with the overall work that has been done in Carmelita, and you know, it makes me proud. You know, when you drive there, people tell me, Mr. Aragon, we need speed bump now. People just to drive fast on those roads, you know, and we ask the villagers to
slow down,
man. Bear in mind you're within the villages, and you know you have kids. They're not like you're in a town or on the highway. You know, you're there at your village, and you know it gives me great pleasure to know that the roads have been to a large extent vastly improved in Carmelita, and that should bode well for at least maybe within the next year or more easily. Because I could remember the roads when I just started to work in the Louisiana area. Some of the roads we did there are still holding up quite well for the amount of traffic it has had and things. So, you know, it goes to show if you build it well, you'll have it for last. But I guess I not like how tongue board do their work. No?
But like I said, the tongue board, imagine them Bali take a piece of stick, nail it from a pan, and that's when they pour the tar on the sheet. Serious. Then actually they pour it out like in the sheer soup or something, and then the guys are coming back with the shovel and he rang me because that like really cover Benjamin work. You know, like when somebody sent me a text here, say, morning Dylan, he said that is more expenditure to be put on the miscellaneous list. Because the sad part,
that's
like
a very good observation, person who sent that,
yeah,
because we have seen these miscellaneous bills go up to way in excess of the big subheads that are in the expense accounts. In other words, you see cost of this and this, cost of this, and then like 5,000, 5,000, then some miscellaneous 90,000. You wonder what is going on
Check
there.
the difference, Emmanuel. What your Aragon and you do when they leave it when they have? What should Ireland doing with the little bit that they get? Now, the town council have a serious budget to do this, you know. That's why they were giving control of the traffic department.
Yeah. And then you have to bear in mind too, Dylan, when we talk about the town is not one place where they expand, because we have to be real. The town can't expand more than what it can right now to a large extent, because there's no more room for the town to expand in terms of going left, right, center. The town is what it is right now.
Over the past year.
So therefore, you should see, yes, maybe you have it tough this year, but after a couple of years, you're supposed to they look at, listen, we're not going to want 10 more additional streets, 20 more additional streets. It is the same streets we're talking about, year in, year out in this
just
town.
a matter of doing it good.
Doing it properly,
So
and budgeting
20,
and managing your town. You know, we have to be real about that. And
watch this thing. I don't know if you know the hill, this famously hill behind or cross coming down police station. And
that's San Francisco Street.
Right. It begins San Francisco Street. I think that was cemented under Herman Mesa leadership as mayor. We did talk, 15, 20 years ago?
Very possible.
You know? That's the one that leads right from Independence Plaza, go up, it starts San Francisco Street, right? That
Oriana Corner.
Correct, right?
Oriana
by
Luna
Luna's,
Corner.
right. That was a nice portion of it was cemented.
Because that was in a terrible condition before
And
that.
up to now, it's just like it was done yesterday. But what? It shows the investment was worth the while.
Yeah.
But when they you just sweep the place and just throw tar out a pan and gravel out of shovel, you know, because when you see the truck when they use that distribute equal amount of gravel to cover the tar.
So Dylan, what you're telling me is that town council is so poor.
No.
It's so poor that they can't invest money in a truck that is equipped to do this kind of thing.
The town council not poor. They want to make you think they're poor. They're not buying nothing from Philip left from there, and they left all the equipments. That's what they use.
All the while. They have not invested anything in new equipment.
Nothing. Only Kevin gave a new vehicle, and the administrator gave a new vehicle, and they hire a lot of different people. That's what they invest in. You know, this town have so much money where the transport department, the turnover. By now, you can get your own tire truck. Everything come in the road for you. You know, not even parts to fix the vehicle and go buy. The vehicle and park up. Come on.
It's all about management, you know. I always believe. I mean, when you look at the other
You
towns
think that
within
bad
this
management
country,
or it's intentional?
I think that just that you know, I
Politics,
politics as usual. But more than that, I do think that you see, you need people with ideas there. Like I've always told people, if they put you there, you know, bring it about. Then bring it about, my brother. You just have to. That's not something where you say, well, tomorrow and get this thing. It's about you coming with the ideas and making it happen. And I do think that no job is easy. Definitely being the mayor and things like that. That's not an easy task. But
that's why
you
have a
listen to
team.
me. That's why you got a team. Not only that, but that is why you're supposed to be there with the ideas that will make things turn around and make it happen.
Yeah.
And there's no two ways about it. And not tell me Orange Walk are like PG, maybe where our economic development within the town itself, activities. Listen, man, we have big business in this town. We have a lot of business taking place. We have a lot of things happening. We just need somebody to come and really move this town to the next level. And we're not the seat. And I'm not sure if we're a seat, especially during this time with the PUP.
I could check this out. We know that Emmanuel, how much money they collect after the transport?
Actually, I'm pulling that up right now as I speak.
They collect so much money for the transport. We not see what the streets now they get fixed.
Oh, they have for this year that they're gonna pull up a bond for $5 million.
All right.
That's the quickest thing that I'm seeing.
Then I get that because they still can't give transparency to the Prime Minister, so then I get that. But they collect so much from the transport department, $1 million from the transport department. We not see nothing new in the department for that, other than more employees. We not see one new garbage truck. We not see one new grader. We not see nothing. And we still not see the streets they fix.
Yeah.
What they do with this money? All with the here that then they pay off debts that they found there. 3 years ago, they still pay debts when they find there. When election will come close, they said them done. Remember that? That they were finished.
Yeah, they clear up debts already.
Now they still pay debts. Where the money they go? Boy, make I tell us, me don't hear one internal war among themselves,
For sure? Talk to me about that.
Me here that they prepare a bull. Johnny, then they prepare a bull for this thing. Cause
so they're putting aside Kevin?
Kevin, because they don't see Kevin the fully pocket. And they don't see that stupidness in the band. So then they prepare. Notice how much exposure then they give bull.
I heard about that as well.
They get bull per Channel 5 now, they do sport. Then they give bull more exposure. Right? But when the time comes, not even bull, nobody can save them. Because they tell you this one time, Orange Walk people, I don't want to get text, but I won't really because I don't want to offend nobody. An election done gone. But it's a one time Orange Walk people, they sit down and hold their head and say, manners, that's why we can vote back this man in.
Thank you.
This is one time, I could tell you that.
Because at the end of the day, now that the highway is being completed, and now all of a sudden you drive on the highway, and believe me, it is such a short-lived and such a transient feeling of happiness, because as soon as you come off the highway, you drop right back into reality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Very true, very true. I mean that's one thing when you pass through every day when you drive within the
all of a sudden you go like, good Lord, I wish all the streets were as good as this highway, because I think you feel good, like I said, it's a transient feeling of happiness, and then all of a sudden you're turning to Wayne on East Side Street, poof.
Put one different twist to it. You gotta believe city go spend the day, go do business. And then the road pan all in the streets in a Belize City, you do your business. Back on the highway, and now to add where they say, as you cut off right on the street where Jaime Becerra live by Superfood there, by Luda's, boom, by RB's, boom, welcome to Orange Walk. What they said the mayor. What the question of when they do it all this money?
It is what? February, it is March, April, May.
Tell me how much money they
4
collect.
months. We don't see anything.
And definitely, the way I look at things is simple, is that PUP only know politics as what it is for. I mean, they will save everything right now. There are people and who will look and wait for elections to come around. And I think PUP strategy has always been that just let us wait for election and
this
then
is
we'll do
April.
thing.
Moving with this bag of money.
And I think that Because I'll tell you, when you look at what the UDP has been doing, I'll tell you, UDP has been working from the get-go, non-stop. Consistency, tells you a lot about what a party is all about. And when you look at the United Democratic Party, you see that consistency in good work and development for this country. No two ways about that. When you look at PUP, you're not here, and you're not feeling, you're not saying nothing until the time of election.
I have in front of me. Let's take the call.
Sugar City Morning Show, hello.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, I'm calling from Santa Marta.
Yes, man.
I have a concern with the land here in Santa Marta. We have about 10 years right now we don't get land adjudication. So we definitely have a problem. And then when it comes to the Maya, right here people just take land we take and have land just like that and without pay the government for years. And nobody tell them nothing. So I think there should be a program or something that the government should help all over the country and then make the people have their documents and pay the government. Because if nothing is being done, then where is the progress? Where is the government for all? There's a lack of development when it concerns to land. So please, man, we have a problem and it is evident and it is everywhere, north to south, and we need help.
We need to call on Marco Tulio Mendes to deal with this land problem.
He's just collecting his fee and he's doing nothing for us.
Well, that's why we have a pressure here for making
And we need to look on those things too, because to have a representative that is just collecting and not doing the work, it is a problem too.
So how the road to Santa Marta stand right now?
Santa Marta, well, it's kind of getting bad with the rains, but yeah, right, better than ever before.
Are going to fix it up for no?
Yeah, but we do have problems, and serious problems.
Yeah.
And when it comes to land, we have very serious problems.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe we could touch on that, Carla. Definitely. When it comes to land, you see, thank you, Carla. When it comes to land, definitely, government has a program. We all know what is a program, right? You have to go and apply for your lease, etc., etc. The problem lies in Santa Marta, especially. People now apply for no lease. People now apply for permission for survey. They just go and a lot of this has to do with the leaders we have. I mean, because in the village, they come and say we want a piece of land, and
take that piece.
They leave the alcalde, the village chairman will say, all right, ese puesto es tuyo, Carlo. And those are the situations. This is not a problem. We just start today.
Years.
This has been years ago, as far as you know, in Santa Marta.
For the longest
people come and tell you, Gara ese pedazo, they take that piece. Then the piece back, and then they say, well, we want that also, and they take that. Listen, and what has happened right now in Santa Marta, because I've been there a lot, is a lot of people don't have their papers in order. Then even have never gotten a permission to survey. So a lot of these lands out there, people have just sat there. Now, of course, I think government had sent out the land assessment thing that they did last time and tried to put people on the system. But people have their responsibility to follow up.
Yeah.
If you give them a piece of paper will tell you know what, they say permission for survey, your duty is to survey, your duty is to bring that paper, register your piece of land, then you take and you apply for your lease, then you get your lease, then you apply for purchase, and then you get your title, you pay and you get your title. But people don't do that, especially in the village of Santa Marta.
Because
So
people
we
want
have
the politician do everything for them.
and so the public has a responsibility. They just take one responsibility to register your child when when he or she is born, right? But a lot of people, and tell you the truth, I have seen out there people say, Mr. Aragon, my son done 19. And you know what? I never register. But I need for register now because I need a social security card. But reality is, how will you get a social security card if you don't register, if the child can't get one birth paper? It is a responsibility of ourselves as part of this country that we have to begin to ensure we take on certain responsibilities.
I think the politicians
for
got
land,
people's smile.
for ensure that the kids are registered. That those are certain things that we have to be responsible for.
Can I share something with you, Mr.
You know, and I'll tell you, when you look at lands in Santa Marta,
Problem.
the one issue, because I'll tell you, a lot of people in Santa Marta don't have their lands.
Can I share
in
something
order,
with you?
their land documents.
When I was
challenged, you know.
When I was active in some sort of papaya exportation. This is many, many, many years ago. I used to visit Santa Marta, and they always used to tell us, Mr. Martinez, ahorita tenemos un problema con nuestros terrenos. Y yo con el interés de poder ayudarles, le digo, bueno, what kind of problems do you have? Y dice, es que el señor Marín nos dio ese terreno y nos dio, ¿ok? Obviamente cuando vi a ver el papel, es un lease, es a lease. Y le dije, pues obviamente, y estás pagando tu lease porque es algo que... Dice, nosotros no estamos pagando nada, el gobierno nos lo dio. Look at the misunderstanding there, the misconception. Le digo, no, este terreno no es tuyo, está bajo de un lease. Es más, tú tienes que pagar tus tarifas, tu renta por año. Dice, ¿qué usted está hablando? Usted no sabe qué está hablando. Eso el señor Marín me lo dio a mí. Es un lease. Entonces, porque no estaban pagando, because they were not paying their leases and keeping up to date, they were claiming that the government was being unfair. But they hadn't paid their leases for 8, 9, 10 years. And no government says, look, we're not, nobody's paying their leases, their premiums on the leases. So they send them the letters and they say, mira, me están quitando el terreno. Pero mamma mía, si no estás pagando tu lease, ¿cómo crees que ese terreno va a continuar siendo tuyo?
Yeah. And
Do you have that problem?
Of course. I think when you look at Santa Marta, I mean, a lot of people, I think to a large extent, some might not be too interested in or keen of maybe getting out their papers. At the end of the day, they'll have to pay the government their land tax on their rent and all these things. The fact is that it is of the utmost importance that people in Santa Marta begin to understand that, listen, it is something good for you to take out your papers in terms of arranging your land documents and getting it in order. Definitely, those are challenges that I see out there. And definitely we have to begin to look at those things and we have to watch how we go about it, because it's not about us taking on that responsibility. But on the other side, I look at it as something for us to empower them with the knowledge and what needs to be done for them to do it and get it done. Because I'll tell you the truth. I mean, if you go out there and say, you know what, we and try that, people will expect you to pay for their surveys. People will expect you to do every single thing to get their paper. And at the end of the day, the reality is that is not a task that we are ready or able to take on at this point in time. So we're asking people, like I've always said, it's only a matter for them to begin to look at what needs to be done. Now we have certain amount of lots that we want to give out in Santa Marta right now. And definitely we'll be working on getting some people out there to begin to assist people on filling out the forms, etc., to get and give those lots out to the people we want and the families we want to impact on. But definitely, I mean, that will start with a process that we need to ensure we push it so they get their leases. But when you look at the land that they already occupy, most of a large extent might not have been surveyed. Some of them might have through the land assessment stuff and program that was done. But at the end of the day, I ask the villagers, we are ready to assist, but we can't take on that responsibility. We are ready to assist you, to tell you, what, this is what you need, etc. We are willing to assist you with the recommendations that you may need, whatever you need, to try to assist you to get your papers. And definitely, that is an issue in Santa Marta, and hopefully with time we will be able to support and remedy that situation. But that is the situation right now.
Let me just brush through this text in reference to our earlier discussion. It said, one time the number too late for the people of Orange Walk. No matter how they complain, they have to continue to ride the horse. They choose it that way, the PUP way. And that's one
and I got a lot of people are commenting and saying very clearly, says it's already 4 months, and they promised us that they were going to do so much, and already beginning to see some sort of discontent and dissatisfaction,
right.
Because ya van 4 meses que están en poder y escasamente estamos viendo. Vamos a decir que no vemos nada. Escasamente estamos viendo algo.
So rumors have it that it is not even Bull they want to run as mayor. It is Ian Carl. They transfer him from working in Belize City to Orange Walk to stay in Kevin's shadow, but will be placed to the side again. They got their own issues,
Yeah.
But my big question is, I think I was asked them, since they collect all this money, 'cause for sure they collect. What are they doing with the money?
Yeah.
You know, what are they doing with the money? You see, because you have like Aragon is fixing streets in his area with no kind of lot of money. You know, Kevin, you need to check out Palmar Village. Watch what Aragon they do with the resources we have and the little bit of money we have, where you manage to get from the Petrocaribe and
Yeah.
share it, right? So
Well, I brought some footage, you know, in regards to some pictures. If the guys technicians could maybe show some of these footage would be good, because we have started to work in Carmelita from prior to last week, but you know, with the weather we had to hold back the work. But definitely the work has commenced in Palmar, and definitely we are fixing as much road as we can. You know, a lot of days, and I'll tell you, Palmar has a lot of roads, man. They're no joke. Good sized village in terms of the roads, and definitely there's a lot of things happening in Palmar right now. And I'll tell you again, it's all about scraping the road, taking off the grass that had overtaken some of these roads, you know. And after we have scraped the roads, we remove these material, and we're giving out these material to the residents in that area of Palmar, so they could use that for their own backfill in their home, in their yards, no?
So basically, you know, they're widening back the streets.
Definitely, we're widening.
And are you doing all the streets in Palmar?
We're doing a lot of streets. I can't tell you all because Palmar is a huge village in terms of streets, but we are definitely going to touch nearly I'll say a good amount of the roads. Yeah, at least maybe 80% of roads. And definitely, we're trying to open some of these roads. So what we're trying to do are looking at all the major roads that will impact people's lives. You know, where people already have their homes established,
All the main vents.
and they never have no road, you know. So we are working on all of those right now and trying to get it up to a standard. And definitely all the roads that have been scraped will be filled with new material and rolled and stuff. And
this is our courtesy of Petrocaribe.
That's right. Petro at the UDP and Petrocaribe. But definitely, it's a lot of work taking place in the village of Palmar.
What are some of the response you get from the people?
Well, people are glad about it because definitely, you know, I mean, like I've always said, you know, yes, I am living in a village, but I don't want to know that when I get up and get out of my door, get into my vehicle, if I have one vehicle, and I drive in a decent road. You know, now then roads where really they broke up everything in the vehicle. And if I get up and I don't have a vehicle, but I'm going to ride my bike or take my child to school, or I'm going to walk, it's not going to be in water. I'm going to ride and walk in a street that is where you could call one street, where we don't got big hole where I could drop, etc. something. And I think that is all we people in the villages really want. You know?
And the holes are a big issue because
Right.
for some older folks, believe me, it takes very little for them to fall and to lose their
Yes,
balance.
of course. When you're up on bike,
And
I mean,
especially at the age when they are, you know, they are fragile.
Right.
And you know, when he broke back or when he broken
Broke your hip
ankle,
and
those
something
things,
like that,
broken
yeah.
hip, those things are
Put your-
very
put your
difficult
back, yes.
at that late age, you know.
Yeah.
All
And
of
I have
that-
seen a lot of people go through that kind of situation.
All of that before you broke your foot on the road. So we want to take a commercial break, and we'll be back with more on the Sugar City Morning Show. It is exactly 8:26, right, Emmanuel?
That's right.
Okay.
Over and over again. This one you really not too bright. You, they talk about rates? Make we talk about value. Only Digicel prepaid calls go to 25 cents per minute after the first 10 minutes of calls every day. You smart Alex over there do that? Or do you charge customers one rate all day? I'll wait for your answer. Only Digicel allows customers to make unlimited calls and texts all night long with the new night shift for only $2.49. You smart Alex over there do that? I will wait for no answer. Not even ask me for we come up plan. That's a weird at 9 cents a minute. Plus free weekend. Plus one free calling circle. You smart Alex, give any options for free weekends? Wait for an answer.
Get more, do more, love more, live more. With Digicel.
Wow, Junior, na nearly time for go buy me number. How we go to shop to buy me number, man? Boy, Junior, time to go, you know. How we go buy me number? Boy, Junior, not see that nearly time. How we go to the store go buy me number? Junior.
Ah, you want make I go buy number for you again? Why you not play this new Make Me Rich game? If you play using text messages per your phone, I don't have to leave the house. Plus, you have the chance to win up to $500,000.
$500,000?
Yes, come back and show you.
It's so easy. But why you never tell me about this long time?
I'm gonna try.
Junior. Oh, sit down. Make Me Rich show the command. I don't buy me numbers, boy. Boy, come on.
This is the game show. Make me rich, make me rich, make me rich. Buster. They see you and how you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things never run yours. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Buster.
Miss, you could please help me?
Sure. How can I help?
We want the big plan, and I want it on my phone, and I want a lot of texts, and I need to talk to my girls there, so I need a lot of minutes.
I just need it for left million, so please help, please.
Okay, I know just what you need. With our new combo plan for only $189, you get 1,200 minutes, 1,200 texts, 7 gigabytes of free 4G data, 500 bonus minutes, and free weekends. And you get to share it with 5 numbers. So you have space for one more.
My.
With Digicel's new combo plans, you can now have it all. More talk, more text, more data, less money. Come into the office. It's easier than you think to go postpaid.
Get more, do more, love more, live more. With Digicel.
Play the new Make Me Rich lottery game, where prepaid users have a chance to win up to $500,000. To get rich, text your numbers to 7424. Choose 5 balls, 4 cool balls between 1 to 40, and 1 hot ball between 1 to 10. Or simply text QP for a quick pick, and 5 numbers will be chosen at random. $3.50 will be automatically deducted from your phone's primary balance, and the digital receipt will be texted back to you. You win $1 phone credit with any matching cool ball, $5 phone credit with any 2 matching cool balls, $50 phone credit with any 3 matching cool balls. Match all 4 and win $5,000 cash. Get all 4 cool balls and the hot ball, and you'll win $500,000. Make Me Rich will text you back to let you know what you won. So tune in 8 p.m. on Mondays and Thursdays to the Make Me Rich game show and get rich.
Make me rich, make me rich, make me rich. This is the game show. Make me rich, make me rich, make me rich.
We're back. Here with Mr. Aragon. You know, Wednesday, I must say that the man promised us that he would be here on Wednesdays, and so far, so good. He's right here with us. Fandent now every Wednesday.
Definitely.
Delivering,
it's always a pleasure.
delivering the works of the East, and I always say, man, whether you're a UDP leader or a PUP leader or any leader in any sorts of way, the way Aragon works, the way you hear campus work up in the north, it shows that you want to do something. I always say, we have all the materials at Orange Walk to fix the streets, right? We got good white mall, we got not so good white mall, we got gravel. Why we have to have bad streets? You understand me? And all you have to do is use your resource. Now, we know that one lot of the land that we have the good white mall is owned by the PUP then. So you can't just go in a mall pit just like that. Kind of not for you, not for government, not for PUP owners. So the least Kevin could do, the lobby with the own people, and ask them for help. Listen to me. Kevin, if you don't know, that when it come to Orange Walk and Orange Walk moving forward, people not giving a PUP or UDP. Orange Walk Kenyans will rise to the occasion and do what they have to do to help you move the town forward. But if you sit down there and join on a national campaign, which is now Complain, they kind of change their name. They're not the campaign again, they're the Complain. If you join the cause there, if you sit down there and want people to believe that, oh, for we roads bad in a town because the Prime Minister not help with the Petro Carib and then he go spend the money that covers all and the sea and for Petro tacos and barbecue and music and they could give you them why BS crap to that. Because you have your own resources in the town to fix the street. I think you should make her be mayor for 1 day. 1 day. I can't do all the work in a 1 day, but some decisions will be handed down and things will look good. Because it is not easy like you said, you know. But once you're there, where there's a will, there's a way. When Aragon sign up for this thing, Aragon never said, boy, you know what, I want to do this thing, but tell her win. I want to help you because no, the man get out, the man knock on doors, talk to other ministers, am I right? Who could help?
That's right.
And that's how things get done, my friend.
The things we do sometimes tough.
I know one time I see that believes you pick up full of lone ramen in the back. I'm going to buy some and try to get some food for some poor people. Me, you know how you do it, but you do it.
Yeah.
This like we said, Emmanuel said from the beginning, it's work, and that's why we never won the East in the town council by one traditional blowout. But you know what? I win. And
but the more important thing, Delon, is that this time we won, the previous time we had lost.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the important thing.
Exactly.
That means that there's a tide of change going on in East. Very simple. And I always say, this man, if he continues all the way up to election time, man, you will have proven to the people, that you are worthy of their vote of confidence. And I think that you're right there paving the way for that, Mr. Aragon. You're right there. And I'm hoping that people are using conscience and not going, because at the end of the day, I must admit, que al PUP no lo cambias. Pero aquellas personas que tienen una capacidad de poder pensar con una mente, tener la mente abierta y pensar, claramente, the choice would be for you.
Yeah. Well, you know, I've always...
I'm betting that he's going to be the new representative of Orange Walk East.
And I've always hoped, that, because definitely, I think there's so much that needs to be done, especially in the East, and definitely, at the end of the day, it's to me, I try to transcend political lines, because, I mean, that is the only way we are really move this country forward, if we look above certain things. And definitely, like, when you look at the work I do, or I do my best to try to get things going in the East, I try to look at things that will encompass and benefit everybody. Because this is not about me or you, or this is not about you or he. This is about us as a community. This is about us being a part of the East. And if we move forward, then we have to begin to look at things that will impact. And I've always said, and just like you mentioned, I am hoping and betting on the people that looks at things objectively. People want to say, what is happening? And, I'm looking at Mr. Aragon, who has the leadership skills, who is a proven leader, who has been out there and who's been working, who has
has been
demonstrated,
out there.
and
And
I
you
am
repeat
confident
that
that,
who
that,
has been
that he
out
will
there.
carry on because NID, listen to
Right.
me. You want to pick the people that will get the job done.
Of course,
Period.
I agree with you.
And I'm hoping
100%.
that the people at the end of the day look and say, you know what, this is the way the East will move forward. You know, and definitely that is why I've always said, you know, when I go there, I meet people where I had PUPs, you know, families, and I could see them in need, etc. And I'll tell you the truth, I'm the kind of person, if I could help you, I will. When I can't, I'm be frank with you and tell you, at this point, I can't. But once I could, you could. You don't have to ask me more than 2-3 times. And say, you know, every time. Once you tell me, Mr. Aragon, I need help, my brother, I understand. I know what is what. I know I've been out there. I've seen the people who have suffered strokes. I've seen people out there who are fighting because they can't send their kids to school. I've seen the hardships that people have in their homes. I've seen it out there because I've been out there.
It's a reality.
And I know what are the reality are things out there, both personal, at the personal level of people in their homes, and likewise at the community level. And you know, well, I'm doing my best to try to address the community level, and I also try to assist people personally, because I'll tell you, not everybody have things in the kind of way they would wish to have it. And if I could impact upon that, I will. But you know, it's as a standard bearer, it's tough business, because like I've always told people, what hurts me is when somebody comes with a little ultrasound, somebody will get one stroke and needs a little help. Those are the things that affects me, because then we have a representative here who collects $7,000.
Thank you for putting
that
it in
money is for the
perspective.
community.
Right.
So if you get one little stroke and you need one little ultrasound, or your stand bad, and you need one little push, no, to get this family after this emergency, this critical part of this turmoil within their lives at this point in time. That is where that community vote comes in. And I'll tell you, I meet a lot of people like that, and it pains my heart, because although I don't want to help them as much as I can, the reality is I am limited to help to a certain extent.
Because you are not getting that
Right.
that community vote.
Of course, and you know, and that is what that was there and meant for to help people in these situations, and it's trying, you know. So I try to help with what I can, and these are the things that I think at the end of the day, I'm asking the people of the East, you know, we have to look at where we want to go as the East, and where we want to go as a country. And I do believe that right now, when you look at the central government, the United Democratic Party government, and what they are doing, I mean, we can't take it away from the party. They are doing an excellent job compared to what the PUP is and stands for. We know them, we know the history. We can't go back there. When we look at the East, we know we've had a PUP representative. Doesn't even show up at the House
And you
meetings
still
to
have one,
represent
yes,
the East. You understand me? Is involved right now, allegedly in some serious criminal charges, you know, before him. Right? Yes, of course. And he continues to get this community vote, and what happens? Nothing happens with that money. What has he done for the East? Nothing. And at the end of the day, I do believe that people within the East are very intelligent people, and people at the end of the day will look at these things, and at the end of the day will make the right decision for the East and for this country. And I want them to know that I'm here. I've always been here working, and since I made those commitments, I've been out there. And like I've said, I've come here regular because I want people to see. I can't go to CTV3 because no matter how many interviews I give them, how many times I tell them come video this thing, they come, but all they want to do is interview and ask you certain questions to be used otherwise. You understand me? And never show you the good work of what is happening. So I have to rely on Channel 10, you know, Wave and other medias to try to get things out there. But exactly, and definitely, at the end of the day, I've always believed that, you know, what you stand for always exemplifies and reaches out there for people to see, and definitely.
And like I told you the last show,
let your work speak
Mr.
for
Aragon,
itself, right?
people out there are watching. No,
Yeah.
no goes fool you. People out there are watching. And even those people who have been skeptical about the whole situation, even though there are some people out there who, you know, they're not make up their mind yet, or maybe even people who previously did not support you, but they keep their eyes open, they're watching, and they're saying, mira este hombre, todavía no es representante, y mira cuánto ya está haciendo por la gente.
Sugar City Morning Show, hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, hello.
Yes, hello.
Hello, Mr. Aragon.
Yes.
Street another yet at Carmelita, right?
Well, I tell you, I think we're to a large extent we're finishing Carmelita in regards to the streets, no? But we will go back for that piece that I mentioned earlier that we want to just kind of fix up, no? I'll roll over one or two little areas. Yeah.
Well, you had a concern?
Hello? Yeah. I tell you, we touch a good at least 95% in that village in regards to the roads. Now, of course, there are people who would like to see a new road open because people have surveys were done where people were issued lots, but the roads were never open. These are still high bush, and some of these roads need to be open. But that, at this point in time, was not touched on. We will be looking to work on those as another phase in terms of the development that we want to see within due time, no? But that is important because, I mean, people need access to their lands, and if you not build the road, they won't have access to their lands, right? So those are some of the other works that we have in mind for Carmelita.
Mr. Aragon, it's already the 1st of July. We know traditionally over the years it has been July and August have been months for transfers.
Right.
Do you have do you have a team of people working to help people or is that done completely on their own will?
No, definitely everything is about planning and thing, and for the next 2 months, July and August, it's a period for transfer. And I'm asking everybody who lives in the east but may be registered elsewhere.
Right.
Maybe in Central, in the North, or maybe even at San Pedro, Cayo, Belize, you know. Because people move around and they tend to, you know. Maybe because this year I was working and therefore I transferred that side. But now I'm back in Orange Keys and I'm here now. So I'm asking, if you are living in the east and you are registered elsewhere, I ask you to transfer. Transfer, especially if you don't vote for me. Because if you don't vote for me, well, better you stay where you're there.
Right.
But I'm asking, we want to win the east. We want to win the east handsomely. We want to win the east.
You should win the
for the
east.
people of this country, for the development and progress of Orange Keys. And I'm asking people, if you're living in the east but you registered elsewhere, transfer. 2 months that you have, and it's not a difficult process. There's no charge, no fee for you to transfer it. It's just a matter for you to.
How many
take
people in
some
the
time.
east right now in the east division?
We have about just a little over 7,000.
A little bit over 7,000
Right.
people.
Yeah. So I'm asking people, you know, I mean, I know a lot of people who move around and stuff, and they end up transferring for one reason or the other. You know, some people are you know, one way or the other, they were transferred. So I'm asking you, you know, once you live in the east, this is the opportunity, this is the time that you can transfer your vote to Orange Keys, you know.
Of course. We know the political intention behind what you said. Obviously, I would do the same. But it's also, it's as part of it, the whole exercise is to obviously update the system, in other
Exactly,
words. You know,
right.
update the system. Because at the end of the day, when election comes and you go like, all right, let's look at the voters, and if you'd sort that list by street names, you go like, okay, let me say who lives on Mahogany. I don't know if there's a street, but Mahogany. And you'll find out that half of the people who are in that list do not, on the Mahogany, do not live there anymore, because they were registered there, but when they were living in the east, but now they have moved to Central, they have moved to North, they have moved to San Pedro, Cayo, or whatever, wherever they may be. You know, so it's a difficult situation, you know.
Yeah. So you know, and it's when we ask people to transfer, we're asking you. I mean, if you are living in the east, that is your home right now. That is where you have your house. That is where you have your investment. I mean, to me, it would be logical to say, you know what, this is my community. I want to be able to have a say in my community. And I ask you, if you're living there, transfer your vote, and then you'll have your say on election day. And decide, you know what.
So it's going to be for 2 months, July and August.
And that is the only period we have, and I don't foresee we having another transfer period
before
an election after this. And so I'm asking people to transfer to Orange Keys. Definitely, of course, we'll have other people asking you to maybe transfer out. And if you are living in the East, it's illegal, you know. A lot of people feel, well, you could just transfer out of the East into Central and you're not living there, though. Those things are not not proper.
What
But
kind of evidence do you have to the Elections and Boundaries
3 months,
Commission?
no? 11
That you need to be
I'm,
living
ta-
there
I'm
for at
telling,
least 3
I'm
months.
asking for evidence. What kind of
Well, you
evidence
could,
do you need?
that transfer, you see, this community is smart. People know exactly where you live. If you are transferring,
But I can still get away with
definitely
it.
you bring your phone bill. A utility bill would suffice. And of
Is
course,
it a
I
requirement?
know Election and Boundary does their due diligence
Okay.
on it,
Come
but
out and check.
yeah, they come out and check. But definitely, I'm asking people. This is the opportunity we have to transfer your vote, especially the good people of Orange Keys who are living in the East but may have been registered elsewhere. I'm asking you, come back home and let us work together and get things going for Orange Keys. And I'm confident that we're going to do well in Orange Keys. And therefore, this is an opportunity. And it's only 2 months. After the 2 months is up, that's it. Of course, registrations continue as per normal. Any day we could register new voters. So if you are at the age of 18, you know, then you can definitely register. And that's not a problem. If you need any assistance in that, just give me a call. You know, my number is 610-219, or send me a text and I will have somebody get in touch with you all in regards to the registration or transfers. No? But definitely we are here working, and I'm glad you brought it up, because today officially it kicks off in terms of when you could begin to transfer your vote. No, and this is only 2 months for the year, no? But definitely, Dylan, I think we are working on that, and things are going, and we are prepared for these 2 months, and we will push on and see what happens. No?
We have a couple minutes before we close up the show.
Well, Adam,
Question, Aragon.
Yeah.
What's next for the East?
Well, also what's happening right now, and we'll never get to it, is the bleachers. We have the bleachers in Carmelita, and
Are they going up already?
In Carmelita, we have, on Palmar, we have this is Carmelita Village. We have basically squared off on the 3 bleachers.
So what
that we're
essentially
building
going to be
there.
doing is you're going to be doing it with cement blocks, right?
Yeah. We are doing
Constructing it.
very similar to the Louisiana football field. If anybody has been to the Louisiana football field, exactly what you see out there will be done out in these villages, and likewise we are building a bathroom facility.
Mr. Ragon, what will be the portion, the seating portion? Will it be cement, poured cement?
Well, the same way we did it at Louisiana, right?
Okay.
You get the bullet tree lumbers, which, you know, to a large extent have sufficed well for us. I mean, but you have to get the right lumber. You don't want any lumber with twist up and things, right? And definitely, we were out there in Carmelita yesterday looking at the progress of the work. And you know, it's funny when you go and you look at the field, you figure, well, everything is quite dandy. But when you look and begin to look at the measurements, you find out the field is not up to standard in terms of the width and length. So a lot of little things. And then when you look, you see the lamppost not straight. When they put up the lamppost, they're not really line it up. So you have to look at all these things, and then look at where you're going to put the bleachers. You know, we have 1 tree in the way where we have to move more than likely. But this is what is happening in Carmelita right now. Their bleachers are going up, and you know, I'm glad to know that when I get there, I see people working who are from the village. All the works that will be done. This is the old bleachers that they have there. Something very shaky, you know, and unsafe at this point in time. So that will be removed from there. That is the only piece of bleachers you could say Carmelita has, but that will be removed, no? And definitely we will have the new structure up there, and along with their bathroom facilities, right? And definitely that is happening in Carmelita. At the same will
And that's exactly my question, yes.
In Palmara, actually they don't build a hole for the septic, and then they have squared off already likewise, and we should begin.
So
to
it's
see the work
bleachers in
today.
Carmelita and bleachers any place else?
In Palmar and Carmelita.
Palmar and
bleachers
Carmelita bleachers.
with their own bathroom facility.
With their own bathroom facility.
So you know, I mean, we are setting it up, and I think it will be something very good for the villagers, because now they could actually come and sit down and watch the
And
sports
enjoy,
and work out or
exactly,
come out
enjoy.
there.
And I know that in those villages, that a Sunday afternoon,
that's the thing for them.
That's the thing for them. Go out and watch them while play ball,
Yeah.
and that's like now with the bleachers, it can be even a family event where people can sit down and, you know, granny, grandpa, everybody could sit down there.
Question
and watch
for
watch
Mr.
what you
Aragon.
call it.
So, Delon, I just put on the show. When Mr. Aragon will start with the roads in Chan Parish?
The roads, well, like I said, we are moving from Carmelita to Palmar. I mean, these are the bigger villages. There are the villages that need a lot more work. As soon as we are getting through with Palmar, we will be going to Champa Ridge and doing their works there. But, you know, we want to
So Palmar is expected to be done in the next 4 weeks?
I'd say about that.
Then
Maybe
Champa
less,
Ridge.
maybe less. You know, it all depends on weather conditions, etc. But I do think we'll get over that. And once we get to Champa Ridge, of course, you know, we'll take all the equipment there to work on those roads, etc. So Champa Ridge will definitely get its fair share of road works. And likewise, the community center that we are working on. We haven't started with those as yet, and I'm quite sure that maybe within the next couple of weeks, I think right now in Tower Hill, the preliminary work has started where the cleaning, etc., where they're marking where the building will be laid and all these things, where we are trying to get water to these facilities, electricity, so that we have what is needed for us to begin the work. And as soon as those things are in place, the work should start in regards to the community centers in these villages. So there's a lot of things happening.
I'm glad.
And, you know, and definitely I feel so good about it, because, I mean, a lot of these villages haven't seen the kind of road infrastructure that
Never
we
in
are
a
doing
history.
for quite some time.
Never
you know.
in a history, and let
Yeah.
that in and just open the road for the people
that's
there,
it,
and after
yeah.
that they left it so, then grass take it over
Yeah.
back, then the road become a Picado.
Yeah,
You get upgraded from Picado to road, then you go back to Picado, because you know they're not dumb white man, Emmanuel,
Right.
you know, they're not
Yeah.
doing the right way.
So these are the things that are happening right now in the east, and you know, it's like I said, it makes me feel very good about it, and I know the residents in those areas are glad to know, you know what, that they are getting roads, especially in the villages, to a certain standard. I wish I could pave all of them. Reality is that is not the case, but I
You have
mean,
to really ask for all of the
we're
Petro
getting
Caribbean
there.
money.
Yeah, but definitely we are working on that, and I do believe that in the villages like Palmar, I mean, I would love to see one of the main roads paved, you know.
Yeah,
and
the
these
one by
things
the
will
football
come,
field,
yeah,
no?
that takes you right out to the village,
Yeah,
or the
correct.
one takes you out to ENR. You have the one in Champan Ridge. I'd love to see the Champan Ridge road from the cutoff to there paved. You know, these are things that we have envisioned, and I'm confident that they will become a reality. But you know, I mean, they're not something which, as a standard bearer right now, I could magically wave a wand and it occurs. But I am confident that with time and being elected, we could look at these projects with a good eye to knowing that it will be completed and done. So these are the things that you know, we have to stay with the vision, and definitely I am confident we will get it done with due time. You know,
I'm
but
glad.
these are the progress we are right now in terms of the East. Also, we are working on our summer program that I had mentioned last time. And that will
When
kick
is
off
that
in
going to begin?
That will kick off in late July.
Late July.
So that.
So you will have more information on that.
Yes,
the
I
next
will
time
bring
you
that
come
more.
on.
So I'm definitely will update
As
you
the
guys
time
as
draws.
we progress with it. But those are the plans that we have. We are looking to work also in Carmelita and in Champan Ridge with a summer program. But these are some of the works that we are doing, and like I said, things are always happening in the East, and definitely we want to highlight that to the general public, because I know a lot of people work out, you know, and you know, sometimes they are not able to see the news, etc. But you know, I coming here, at least they understand what is happening, and when they see the roads being fixed, they don't have to ask us, say, who is doing it. They already know from seeing these shows like this as to who is actually getting the work done in those areas, you know.
Without a doubt, that
Without
definitely
a doubt,
not.
because
That
the
definitely
POP
not
would be easy to go in and say that we did do it, because we fixed up all behind. You see where Boundary Road there, right across, which a lot of people feel that's a part of town. That is actually Palmar.
That is actually
But we
Palmar.
fixed a lot of roads there.
Really?
Most,
City Morning
yes.
Show, hello.
Morning to Lon, morning Miss Martinez, morning
Morning.
Mr. Aragon.
Good morning.
On behalf of the people in Carmelita, I would thank you for all the wonderful work you have recently done in Carmelita Village. We are very grateful. Keep up the good work. You are already a winner in the East. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks to you.
Yeah,
Thanks
yeah.
to you.
I think they are
It
very
is very
grateful
obvious
for
that you
work,
have made
you
a
know.
very positive impact in Carmelita. I think that Carmelita people are very, very appreciative of the fact that for once the streets were repaired.
Well, I think the first time I see
They
somebody
fixed the streets.
where they talk, they walk, and not just walk to walk. You know?
And there's much more to come, you know. Like I said, when we get the bleachers up and running, it will be a transformation for the field itself and for the people in that community. And you see, this is what I always look at is the impact it does for the community. Right? This is what will impact a community major. And to me, that is a satisfaction to know that, listen, you could carry your family out there, or you carry your granny where maybe she would never go to a game because she has no place to sit. But now we got a place to sit down.
That's exactly
enjoy
my
and
point.
see
It's
grandson
now a
play ball,
family
man.
thing.
And these are the things that I really believe
take this call.
goes a long way, no?
Sugar City Morning Show, hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hey, morning.
Morning, Mr. Aragon.
Hey, morning.
I agree with Mr. Martinez. People living in the East now should get registered. I mean, living in the East but registered somewhere else should take the opportunity of these 2 months, July and August, and transfer their vote to the East. The East, under the new leadership of Mr. Aragon, is shining already. Things in the East will surely get better under the leadership of Mr. Lodo Aragon. Well done, Mr. Aragon. Keep up the good work.
All right, thank you very much.
We want to thank you for that
Appreciate
comment.
that. Appreciate that very much, you know, and there's a
And the
lot
ladies
more that
and the
needs to be
ladies,
done.
Ladies
Well,
and
you know that he has a formidable amount of people who are working along with Mr. Aragon in the East. I mean, the not only Poco Tiempo organization there. From what I gather, that's a formidable force of people. You might not be there on a daily basis, but when someone to do a job, believe me that they will be there.
And you know, we have to thank the public, man. I tell you, a lot of the events we do, like the Father's Day, the other Mother's Day, things that we are working with the villages, etc. I mean, I'll tell you the truth. I can't do everything. Like I tell people, I've realized things in my life way back within the police department. You can't do everything, and you have to be able to depend on people. You have to be able to.
Sometimes you wish that you could
you know?
do everything because it comes
Yeah.
out the way you want it. But there comes a time when you have to delegate responsibilities.
And you know,
and
I-
hope that they do it the way you
Right.
wanted to do it.
And we're getting the support, you know, and that is the important thing, you know, to all the events we are doing, to the committees, and I always have to big up our committees in the villages. I mean, they are doing a splendid job getting things done, getting the work done, being out there, informing me of what's happening, because a lot of these things, like you have a death in the family, I might know. And if you not tell me or somebody not reach me and say, Mr. Aragon, do you know this happened? I know. So, you know, we have to thank the people out there who are supporting, who make things known to me. And if you got a problem, I need to know. Sometimes, I mean, we have a community problem, and you know, inform me, I know. But so these are the things that make things happen, and you know, I'm thankful.
And you're right,
for the
you're right,
people.
you know, because sometimes, you just can't possibly know everything, who
Right.
dead and who not dead. As a matter of fact, I was with my sister in the vehicle yesterday, and she told me, you know what Mr. Browder did? I go like, oh, really? He said, I was at the wake yesterday, and I go like, our friend? I go like, yes, he died. I did not know. She knew, but I did not know.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so
Well, gentlemen, it's a minute after 9. We gotta jump off of the ship for today. I think I have one last text here for the morning. Say, what can Aragon tell we Carmelita people about the football field like? Cause bleachers are coming, but no lights, still dark. Why?
But what happened, you know, once, like I said, with the bleachers, the lights will come. But you know, makes sense. Right now, we are trying to get the bleachers off, and then the lights will begin to be worked on. Definitely, we want to light up the fields, because why we have bleachers and then you can't play ball on it. So we
Obviously.
are working at all those things.
Obviously.
And this is all
Part
part
of
of the
Cupid,
plan,
like they would
you
say,
know.
no? Living a patient.
Definitely,
But those things
the
are
lights will be
coming.
fixed. And not only that, if you look at Carmelita, where the basketball court lies, we will resurface that basketball court. We'll fix that basketball court, fix up the lights, etc. Kind of fix up the Bill Jones sporting area, the area there. We'll build another bathroom there. Another bathroom facility will be built there. So, I mean, we are looking at things to try to bring things up to certain standards, and aesthetically looking.
Just a little
far
side
better than what
question.
it
You
was,
talk
you know.
about bathrooms, but will there be people who will be doing the maintenance work in the bathroom?
Well,
areas
what
or
is
so?
happening?
Because
Definitely.
that is one of the key questions. Who
respon-
will keep it? Who will
Right.
keep it clean?
Well, definitely we have to have in the Carmelita village we have a committee that is there.
Okay.
And that committee we will definitely put in charge of these bathrooms because somebody, like you said, has to be in charge of bathrooms. If you don't have anybody responsible, then you'll start see fixtures missing, you'll start see on.
Not
it's
only
not
that, but it will be kept
tidy. You know, all these, so we have to have somebody or a group of people responsible for these things. You know, and definitely like when you look at Luciana football field, I have the Miss Debbie and her team who assist us to maintain that field. We work together to maintain the bathrooms, etc.
Debbie D?
You know, so we are working on all those things, and we want to see similar in the other villages.
Mr. Aragon, I got your back. Carlos from San Victor.
Right.
I know Carlos. Carlos lived there, but he not transfer.
Peace. You know, and I want to thank all of those people because I have some good friends of mine who may not be living in the East again, but they will know in no way change their votes because I say, Mr. Aragon, we there for the East, and especially since you're the run, I know the transfer I will remain with you guys. So, I mean, I feel good about those things, you know. But definitely, there's a lot of things happening. And as we progress, I will definitely return and show the kind of work that we are doing in the East and you know, because I think it's important people know.
Well, you're always welcome here, Mr. Aragon, and we want to thank you. I want to thank you for your participation in the show here. And believe me, when I tell you that you're always welcome, you are always welcome. I know that it's good because whenever you come, you always keep us up to date about everything that's going on in the East. And it's not as if it were a repetition of the same thing.
Yeah.
No, you're always keeping us abreast about this, about what's going on here, what's going on there, what's going on there. And I guess that's what the people want to know. Los avances en lo que está sucediendo en el pueblo.
Right.
That I want to thank you.
And then you see things happening not only in your village but elsewhere. I think that's also important.
I want to say happy anniversary to a wonderful couple, to Adriel and Doris Escalante. This comes to you from the Hereda family. Wish you lots of love. May Jehovah bless them and have many more years together for them. We got to get out of here, Emmanuel. It has definitely been an interesting morning.
And it's already 4 minutes after 9. Time flies.
Quite a number of information shared out here this morning. Thanks for dropping by.
Bye, Dylan. Thanks very much. I really appreciate it. Definitely, man.
We won't see you next week Wednesday. I think you must have
up there.
Dangriga.
I won't be here next week for sure.
I wish that I'd be able to tell you that we don't have no show and that everybody's going and Entourage is going to give support to us. We will be here, believe me. But after the show, we'll pack up with yourself and we're hard.
Dangriga.
That's right.
For Maurice Kokom and cameras, Raheem Ogden, controller, director, Mr. Robert Checky Usher, and the crew here. It has been a wonderful morning, and remember, with all the positive things going and all the negative things that the PUP, I don't tell you, they beat the word petrocurry so much that if you open the dictionary, it hide for you and all. You know, got no meaning again in there, because it hide. Until then, by the will and the power of the people, the People's United Party will never return to office. Stay safe, Belize. God bless you all. We'll be back here tomorrow for another serving of your Sugar City Marshal tomorrow, Thursday.
Tomorrow.
Just like that again.
I'm flying.
Wow, and I can't wait to get off the show because my friends, they're happy today. Today, a good day for my colleagues. So we're going to hang. God bless you. So long.
And he knows the reasons why. And only he knows the reasons why.